What if I told you that tonight, before you close your eyes, a single ordinary item from your kitchen could transform the energy around your money by morning? Not next month, not eventually, I mean by tomorrow. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? That's exactly why you need to stay with me, because what I'm about to share is so simple, most people laugh when they first hear it, only to later wish they'd taken it seriously sooner. This isn't a long prayer. It's not a complex meditation. It's not some expensive trick sold in a course. It's a small, focused act, done at the right time in the right way. And if you miss even one detail, the entire effect weakens. So don't skip ahead. Don't half listen. Hear every word. Tonight you're going to place salt in your wallet before sleep. Yes, salt. Plain salt. But not just any salt, not just anywhere, and not with a careless attitude. There's a specific way to do it, a specific feeling to hold, and one morning action that most people overlook, even though it's the part that seals everything. In the next few minutes, I'll guide you through it all, step by step, in simple language. And if you stay until the end, you'll know exactly how to do it the right way and what to watch for after you wake up. Trust me, that last part matters more than most realize. For generations, some families have treated salt as far more than just a seasoning. They saw it as a keeper of value, a guard against loss, and a quiet symbol of blessing, staying where it belongs. The practice I'm sharing was kept private, passed down from elders to children, not shouted to the world or turned into a spectacle. It lived in kitchens. It lived in simple homes. It lived in the hands of people who had endured hard winters, empty cupboards, and broken economies, and still found a way to rebuild. That's why this isn't meant to feel like a performance. It's meant to feel personal, real, almost secret, and maybe that's why it still catches people off guard. They expect something dramatic, candles everywhere, rare objects, long chants, huge rituals. But sometimes the oldest practices are quiet, sometimes they work through the smallest door. Salt was seen as something that preserves. It keeps things from spoiling. It helps things last. And in many old teachings, that same idea was tied to money. Keep what comes in, protect what you earn, stop the constant leaking, stop the feeling that every dollar disappears the moment it arrives. If that sounds like your life right now, keep listening, because this is bigger than a trick. It's about shifting the energy around money from panic to steadiness, from loss to keeping, from chasing to receiving. And before you say this sounds too easy, ask yourself, how's the hard way working out so far? I first heard about this from an older woman in my family who had seen more pain than most could imagine. She arrived in a new country with almost nothing, no comfort, no safety net, no polished plan, just skill, discipline, faith, and a mind that remembered what the elders had taught her. She would prepare for the evening with complete focus, nothing rushed, nothing sloppy. One night, while getting things ready, she reached past the usual ingredients and took out a small, hidden container. Inside was salt she never used for cooking. She held a pinch of it like it mattered. She brought it close, whispered over it, then placed it inside her purse with the kind of care people usually reserve for jewelry or precious documents. I remember asking why. She smiled. The smile of someone who had survived enough to know what works and what doesn't. She said, "There are things people throw away as superstition simply because they were never taught how to respect them." Then she added, "When a home has little, every act of care becomes powerful, every object becomes part of survival." She showed me the method, not just the salt, but the place for it, the words, the timing, the way to breathe over it, the way to wake with it, the part about gratitude, the part about giving after receiving. She didn't present it like a game. She presented it like a practice, something small, yes, but not careless. And that difference, she said, is exactly why some people try it once and say nothing happened, while others see movement almost immediately. Years later, I remembered that lesson at a moment when I had run out of ideas and almost run out of money. I was down to the kind of low balance that makes every phone notification feel like bad news. You stop checking your account because you already know. You calculate everything: fuel or food, rent or debt, today's emergency or tomorrow's. That night, with real worry in my chest, I did exactly what I'd been shown. No changes, no shortcuts. I cleaned the wallet. I prepared the salt. I spoke the words clearly. I placed it where it belonged. I slept with the wallet close. The next morning, things started moving. A delayed payment surfaced. A conversation opened a door. An old debt was remembered. Was it random? Maybe some would say so. But when you see movement begin right after intention becomes sharp, you stop mocking simple things. You start paying attention. And that's where the deeper meaning comes in. Salt has long been linked with preservation, protection, and agreement. It doesn't just season, it keeps, it holds, it guards. In old times, salt was valuable enough to stand beside money in people's minds. That's why placing it in your wallet carries such a strong symbol. You're sending a message. Preserve what comes to me. Protect what belongs to me. Stop the draining. Let what enters stay longer. Let what is delayed begin to move. And if you've been feeling like money slips through your life faster than you can hold it, that message may be exactly the one you need to send tonight. Let me say something clearly. People who struggle with money are often told the same tired lines. Work harder, try harder, think positive, budget better. And yes, practical action matters. Of course it does. But people say those things as if you haven't already been trying, as if you haven't already stayed up late worrying, as if you haven't already cut back, stretched bills, skipped things you needed, smiled when you were stressed, and carried the shame in silence. Money pressure is exhausting because it's never just about numbers. It gets into your breathing. It sits in your chest. It follows you into the grocery store, the gas station, the quiet moments before sleep. It makes you feel behind even when you're doing your best. That's why rituals like this hit deeper than people expect. They don't just talk to your bank account. They talk to your nervous system. They tell your spirit, enough chaos, enough leaking, enough fear. We're creating order now. We're choosing a different pattern now. And no, this isn't about doing one tiny act and then doing nothing with your life. It's about changing the atmosphere around your effort. It's about sending your actions through a different emotional field, because effort mixed with panic feels different from effort mixed with calm intention. Scarcity has a texture. So does trust. If you've been stuck in a loop where money comes in and vanishes, where every step forward turns into 2 steps back, this practice is meant to interrupt that loop, not by force, but by alignment. Stay with me, because the next part is where most people either get it right or ruin it by being vague. Many old teachings speak about abundance as something that moves through channels. When those channels feel open, life seems to flow. You meet the right person. The delayed payment clears. The idea arrives. The offer appears. The chance you thought was closed suddenly opens a crack. But when those channels feel blocked, everything drags. Even good effort feels heavy. Even honest work feels slow. Fear clogs things. Doubt clogs things. Resentment clogs things. The constant statement of "nothing ever works for me" clogs things faster than people realize. Salt in this practice is used like a cleanser and a signal. It's not a toy. It's not there to impress anybody. It's there to carry intention and to hold a message steady while you sleep. Think about that. While your body rests, the symbol remains. The request remains. The focus remains. And that's why people who do this casually often miss the point. The salt isn't doing all the work for you like magic dust from a storybook. It's working with your attention, your words, your belief, your willingness to receive, and your readiness to handle what comes. Over the years, people have shared stories after trying this: forgotten money found, old clients returning, refunds arriving, job calls coming through, someone finally paying back what was overdue. Sometimes it was a small amount, sometimes larger than expected, but the pattern was always similar. The moment they became specific, respectful, and open, movement began. And if you're still thinking, okay, but what exactly do I need? Good. That's the right question, because details matter here more than drama ever will. So here's how you prepare, and please keep this simple. You need 3 things. First, coarse sea salt if possible. Not heavily processed table salt, not flavored salt, not anything mixed with it, just sea salt. Second, the wallet you actually use in real life. Not an extra wallet in a drawer, not a decorative one, the real one, the one tied to your daily money energy. Third, a clear intention. That last part is where people get lazy, and lazy intention brings weak results. Don't say, I want more money. That's too soft, too foggy. Be clear. I receive $500 this week for my bill. I receive $800 for rent and food. I welcome $2,000 from expected or unexpected sources. Keep it real. Keep it specific. Keep it simple. Write it on a small piece of paper if you can. Use present tense. I receive. I have received. Money comes to me with ease. Before you begin, clean your wallet. Remove old receipts, torn papers, dead cards, anything useless. A messy wallet sends a messy message. Make room. Space matters. Then choose your time. Night is best, ideally within an hour before sleep. Why? Because the world gets quieter. Your mind softens, your guard drops, your deeper mind becomes more open. Wash your hands before you start, not because this is fancy, but because small acts of cleansing tell your body something new is beginning. Breathe 3 slow breaths. Let the day fall off your shoulders. You don't need perfect peace, you just need honest focus. If your mind wanders, bring it back. If you feel silly, continue anyway. Some of the strongest shifts begin the moment you stop needing everything to look logical first. Now pay close attention to the salt itself, because this is one of the places people get careless. Use a small pinch. You don't need a handful. You don't need to fill the wallet like a shaker exploded in it. Just a small amount, about a 1/4 teaspoon or less, enough to symbolize, not enough to create a mess. Hold it in your right hand if that feels natural. Look at it for a moment. Tiny crystals, nothing flashy. Yet that's exactly the point. The strongest symbols are often ordinary objects carrying focused meaning. Bring the salt close to your heart and pause. This moment matters. You're not rushing through a checklist. You're charging an intention. In simple words, say something like, as salt preserves, let my money be preserved. As salt protects, let my resources be protected. As value comes to me, let it stay and grow. Then read your intention paper 3 times. Say it out loud if you can. Hear your own voice. Declare it. Not begging, not apologizing. Stating it calmly, clearly, with certainty. This is important. Speak as if you're opening a door, not pounding on a locked one. If you feel emotion, let it be there. If your eyes sting a little, that's okay. If this touches a nerve, that's okay too. A lot of people are more wounded around money than they admit. Let this be the moment you stop speaking to your life from helplessness. Once your intention feels alive, open the wallet. If you wrote your intention on paper, place that paper in the bill section first. Then the salt goes on or near that paper, gently, with care, not dumped, placed slowly. This is where the ritual becomes physical. As you place the salt into the wallet, say these words in your own natural voice. Salt of earth, salt of sea, bring steady abundance to me. As I sleep, let doors open. By morning, let money move. Keep it simple, keep it sincere. You don't need theatrical language, you need conviction. Then comes the step many people forget, even though it's one of the strongest parts. Bring the wallet close to your mouth. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for 3 seconds. Then breathe out slowly onto the wallet. Do this 3 times. Your breath carries life. It carries warmth. It carries your personal force. Imagine that breath waking the ritual up. Imagine it filling the wallet with bright, clean energy. After that, place the wallet under your pillow or as close to where your head rests as is comfortable and safe. Why there? Because the point is closeness. Through the night, the symbol stays in your field. Before you sleep, say one final line. While I rest, money moves toward me. While I sleep, my path opens. I wake ready to receive. Then sleep. Don't keep reopening the wallet. Don't keep checking it. Don't second-guess what you just did. Let it settle. And when morning comes, there's one action you must do. Before the world gets your attention, before the phone, before messages, before all the noise, reach for the wallet first. Touch it. Then say, "Thank you for the money moving toward me today. I receive it with gratitude." Open the wallet. Touch the salt lightly. Look at it. Say, "It is done. Let it flow." That moment completes the circuit. Don't skip it. Seriously, don't skip it. After that, carry the wallet with you as usual and pay attention to the day without becoming desperate. This is where people sabotage themselves. They do the ritual, then spend the next 6 hours checking the bank every 5 minutes, hunting for proof, telling themselves nothing is happening, tightening their grip. Relax. In the first 12 hours, many people notice signs before they notice money. A random mention of cash, a call from someone who owes them, an idea that could become income, finding bills in a coat pocket, coins in a bag, a reminder about a payment, a person suddenly responding after silence. Sometimes the first movement is symbolic. Sometimes it's practical right away. Within 24 to 48 hours, the movement often becomes more concrete. A refund, a sale, a yes, a late payment clearing, a surprise opportunity. And yes, sometimes it shows up from a direction you weren't watching. That's why it helps to stay open. Don't tell the universe how to deliver. State what you need, then allow the route to surprise you. Also remember this. If you ask for $500 and smaller amounts arrive, adding up close to that number, don't dismiss it. Flow is flow. A lot of people miss their answer because it didn't arrive wrapped the way they expected. Another key point, if your wallet feels heavy or uncomfortable with the salt, reduce the amount next time. If salt spills, clean it calmly and begin again another night. If you wake in the night, don't overthink it. Let the wallet stay where it is. The power is in steadiness, not fussing. And if you're still here, good, because the next piece is the one that protects the whole practice from collapsing under your own doubt. There are a few warnings, and they're simple, but they matter. First, keep this private. You don't need to broadcast every sacred thing you do. The moment you start running around asking skeptical people what they think, you drag their energy into your focus, protect your process, let your results speak later if you want. Second, when money comes, let some of it move. Give a portion, help someone, tip with heart, donate, share. The amount is up to you, but don't clutch the whole thing in fear. Flow stays open when giving stays alive. People often hear this and panic, but listen carefully. Giving is not loss when it's done from trust. It's a signal that you're not living with closed fists anymore. Third, replace the salt after 7 days or after the money comes, whichever happens first. Don't leave old salt sitting there forever. Remove it respectfully. Dissolve it in running water or return it to the earth if that's possible for you. Then start fresh when you're ready. Fresh salt, fresh intention, fresh week. And one more thing almost nobody talks about after the ritual. Act like someone willing to receive. Answer emails, return calls, follow up on leads, check the old account, open the drawer with old papers, look through the coat pockets, send the invoice, ask for the overdue payment. Don't call this faith and then hide from action. The practice isn't meant to replace life, it's meant to energize it. Quiet ritual, clear intention, open eyes. That combination is where many people begin to see real shifts. At a deeper level, this practice isn't only about cash. It's about your relationship with receiving. A lot of people say they want abundance, but their body is braced for disappointment. Their voice tightens when they ask. Their mind says, "Nothing works for me anyway." Their habits shout fear even while their mouth says hope. This ritual helps interrupt that split. It gives your mind a physical action. It gives your heart a sense of certainty. It gives your sleep a symbol. It gives your morning a reset. And that matters because money often follows identity more than effort alone. If deep down you expect loss, you react to life like loss is normal. If deep down you expect support, you begin to notice paths you once ignored. That doesn't mean every wish falls from the sky overnight. It means your state changes, and changed states produce changed results. Try it for one night with full focus. If it feels right, continue once a week. Keep a simple record if you want. Write down what you asked for, what signs appeared, what movement happened, what amount arrived, what ideas opened up. You may be surprised by patterns you would have missed. And if you do this, do it with respect, not desperation. You're not crawling. You're aligning. You're not trying to force life to obey you. You're creating a cleaner path for support to reach you. Sometimes the biggest shift isn't the first dollar. Sometimes it's the first moment in a long time when fear stops running the room, and from there, more can begin than you think. So tonight, don't overcomplicate this. Get the sea salt, clean the wallet, write the amount, choose the purpose, wash your hands, breathe, hold the salt near your heart, speak your intention 3 times, place the paper in the wallet, place the salt with care, breathe onto the wallet 3 times, put it under your pillow, sleep with trust, touch it first thing in the morning, give thanks before the world interrupts you. Then move through the day alert, open and ready. If money comes, honor it. If a chance appears, take it seriously. If someone reaches out, respond. If an old path opens, walk through it. This is the kind of practice people dismiss until the day they need one small sign that life can still turn. Maybe that sign begins tonight. Maybe what has felt blocked starts loosening while you sleep. Maybe tomorrow brings a message, a call, a return, an idea, a payment, a door. And even before any of that happens, maybe the first thing that returns is your sense that you are not helpless. That alone is powerful. So if you're doing this tonight, do it fully. No mocking, no half effort, no rushing. And if you stay with the process, you may wake up feeling different before a single dollar even lands, because something in you will already know the shift has started. And sometimes that's exactly how the first wave of abundance begins.